Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com, and welcome into today's video. And you might be thinking, hang on a minute, Craig, it's not Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. What are you doing? Is it a senior moment? No, it's not. Listen, I've decided to change things a little bit because here's the problem, right? I live in a very beautiful part of the world. It's lovely. The sun shines 320 days of the year. It's warm. We get very mild winters. Great. I'm 3 kilometers from the sea. All amazing. But the problem is nobody else lives here. The rest of the world lives somewhere else. And so I've been looking at the best time for me to do live streams, and the software has identified the optimum time to reach the most number of people. And it's, for me, midnight. It's not great. You know, I'm in bed by 9:30 generally. I'm not a night owl at all. I'm up, 4 or 5 a.m., but night times are not my thing. So I've been thinking, how can I reach more people and help more people without, if I came here at midnight, I'd be the most grumpy person you've ever met in your life. So what I've decided to do is to do the live stream as usual on a Wednesday at 4 o'clock my time, which is 2 o'clock UTC, 2 o'clock GMT, if that helps you work it out. And I'm going to do daily videos and release them on YouTube around, I'm thinking 8 p.m. UTC. Okay, so there should be more content, but we're just going to do less live streams. All right, I hope that's okay. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. If you want me to answer questions in these pre-recorded videos, if you can't wait to the live stream, you can always get a question to me via the website, via my email address, via the Telegram group. I'm always in there having a look, or you can DM me on Twitter, whatever works best for you. So today, I wanted to talk about an article that I posted up on Medium the other day. Does alcohol cause inflammation? Your question's answered. And the reason this has kind of popped back into my head is because of Andrew, who was on yesterday. If you missed that, by the way, if you missed Andrew Bridgewater, our depression and anxiety expert, go on YouTube and find it. It's well worth a watch. He talks a lot of sense. He has a very calm demeanor about him. He knows exactly how you feel if you're suffering from depression, low mood, that sort of stuff. He's been to the bottom himself, to the point where he was put into a mental institution for his own protection. He was suicidal, and he came back from that, and now he dedicates his time to helping people with mental health issues. So look at that video. It's well worth a watch. And he was talking about inflammation being such a problem in the body, and keeping it out of the body being paramount to living a happy, healthy life, and being paramount to having good mental health. And it rang a bell with me, because I know that all illness involves inflammation. It is, you can't separate the two. If you are ill, or if you have any sort of disease, I guarantee you have inflammation in your body. It is how the body responds when something is wrong. And if you think about it, even the common cold, you have inflammation in your sinuses, you have inflammation in your head, you get a headache, a stress headache. Sore throat, inflammation in the throat. Cancer, inflammation around the cancer. And I think it's worth focusing on, because, a lot of people say to me very specific questions like, does alcohol cause gout? Does alcohol cause diabetes? Does alcohol cause heart problems? The answer is alcohol causes inflammation. That's what this article is all about. It hopefully ends that debate about whether alcohol, because there's all these stories that the industry spreads about alcohol being good for your heart. I've even heard over Christmas, I saw stories on Facebook about gin being good for preventing strokes or something. It's just absolute garbage. So this article is aiming just to end once and for all the debate over whether alcohol causes inflammation. If you drink it, it inflames your stomach first and then moves through your body. This is why people who drink are more likely to have stomach ulcers, for example. And it's that constant irritation that ends up causing genetic damage, that causes damage to your DNA. It's not like you drink a glass of alcohol and then your stomach is permanently destroyed. It's that constant water torture, that drip, 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 that constant just slight bit of inflammation that alcohol causes in your body that ends up damaging the DNA. And you know what happens when DNA gets damaged? Cancer happens. This is why alcohol is so firmly linked to cancer these days. You know, it's not a debatable point anymore. We know for sure that alcohol causes 7 major cancers, including breast cancer. And, you know, if you drink, your chance of getting breast cancer doesn't go up a little bit. It goes up in staggering steps. Now, if you come from a family background of breast cancer and you drink to a problematic level, you're basically saying to the universe, give me cancer. I want some cancer. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what you're doing. And so what I'm saying is alcohol causes inflammation. Repeated inflammation causes DNA damage. DNA damage leads to cancer and many other things besides. And so if you're concerned about your health, just know that removing alcohol is going to make a dramatic difference to how you look and feel. A lot of people want me to give them a timeline. You know, Craig, how long will it take before I feel better? It varies. But all I know is if you stay off the alcohol, it will come. Not everything comes at once. Personally, for me, what happened when I stopped drinking was not much for the first 3 weeks, if I'm honest. Not much changed. In fact, I could say I felt worse for the first 3 weeks. Why? Because I wasn't sleeping. I had been using alcohol, a mild anesthetic, to put myself to sleep for 15 years, something like that. So when I stopped using that, I found that I had big time insomnia. So for the first 3 weeks, I didn't feel any better. But I was so committed and convinced that this was the right path to be on that I just ignored the kind of irritations. And then after 1 month, I went to see my GP just for a checkup. And he took my blood pressure. And I always feel panicky when a doctor takes my blood pressure, because every single time I'd gone to the doctor and they took my blood pressure in the past, they'd advised me that I was borderline hypertensive. And they would make a statement like, look, you're not at the point yet where you need medication, but you're close. And so I've always not liked having my blood pressure taken, because it always forced me to face up to the reality that, you know, something was causing it. And I didn't want to consider stopping drinking. That would be horrendous, right? Anyway, 1 month after stopping drinking, I went to the doctor, took my blood pressure, didn't say anything. I said, how's my blood pressure? He went, yeah, that's fine. What? My blood pressure was no longer borderline high. In fact, it was within perfectly normal levels within 1 month of stopping drinking. And then progressively over the next 3 to 6 months, other things started to get better as well. So just know this: if you're at the start of a journey, the rewards are coming to you. They're in the bank, they're in the post, they're on the way. Just keep moving forward in your sober lifestyle, one day at a time, and you will see them coming. And don't worry if you stop drinking and you feel worse. That can happen. Obviously, if you're physically addicted to alcohol, you don't want to stop drinking cold turkey without medical supervision. That goes without saying. But if it's little things like you feel a bit jittery, you feel a bit anxious, or you can't sleep, or things like that, just know that those kind of annoyances will fade, and the benefits that come in to replace them will blow your mind. Trust me on this, okay? So that's it for today. I will speak to you tomorrow, Wednesday, in the live stream, 2 p.m. UTC. Get your questions ready. I'll speak to you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Imagine waking up tomorrow. No hangover. No feelings of guilt or regret. Just full of energy and vitality. That goal is not only possible, it's easily achievable. Find out how 200,000 people just like you have rediscovered their happy, sober lives using the Stop Drinking Expert program. Reserve your place on today's free Quit Drinking webinar and get a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a free gift, just for turning up.